We have head coach Joanne Boyle in her 6th season at Virginia, Lauren Moses, a junior forward, and Breyana Mason, senior guard. Coach, just recap last season for us, 18 and 16, made it to the WNIT quarterfinals. What were your thoughts on last season overall?
I mean, disappointing in terms of how the season went. You know, we lost one of our best players, and we just didn't persevere through that as you would hope. And but I was really excited and happy of how we finished the season, and just how energized and committed, and just a kind of a renewed sense of purpose, and just a lot of carryover into postseason, into just individual workouts, summer workouts, and obviously getting the girls back in the fall. It's just been a really good couple of weeks.
When you look at the roster this year, size is one thing you can't miss. I think I looked, all but 3 players are listed at 6 feet or taller.
Yeah.
How will this just automatically change the look of both your offense and defense?
You know, we've struggled our first couple of years in that recruiting war to get, you know, the girls that we wanted, and finally I feel like we've landed and kind of have really been pursuing length and height, and just it's a really tough conference to play if you're not big. So I feel like we've addressed a lot of needs, both inside and on the outside. We're, other than Bree, like you said, we're stand at 6 feet tall. I think the dynamics changed. It'll just make the game somewhat easier. We just have bigger targets inside. I feel like we have to be a better rebounding team to win more games in this conference. First and foremost, we have got to be a better rebounding team. And we got to be able to share the basketball more this year. And I think having bigger targets inside will help that as well. So get our assist up, and obviously inside-outside game. I think we can use different lineups. I think we can go big with Fee and Deb at 6'9" and 6'5" inside, but we can also go small and still be big on the wings and have Lauren at the 5 and a really good long wing group too, which will allow us to do different things on both ends of the floor.
And as you just mentioned, Felicia Aotin at 6'9", tallest player on the team and probably in the conference, I think. What can we expect from her, and do you see her making an immediate impact on this team?
She will make an impact. How much, I don't know right away, but she is a very driven. What I've really appreciated about Fee coming in, I've watched her over the last couple of years in high school, is obviously you can't teach 6'9", but she has walked in and not missed one day of practice since she's been here in July. She's very committed, she's very focused, she's very coachable, very driven, wants to get better. You can see the improvement she makes every day. She just doesn't take time off, and she's very coachable. I think like all young people coming in, she also needs to add some size to her frame. She's got a really good frame, but obviously the strength will really help her. So where she is now and where she'll be hopefully in a year, obviously completely different. But we'll make a lot more baskets at 6'9", I think, and she's proven that. So obviously her defense is ahead of her offense. She's a great shot blocker, really good on the defensive end of the floor. We can press up on people a little bit more. We got some size behind us now. So yes, I do think that she will contribute. How much it will be determined moving forward.
4 true freshmen coming in this year. 2 of them are Gatorade High School State Players of the Year, and Jocelyn Willoughby and Dominique Toussaint. What are they going to bring to this team?
They're 2 of the most athletic girls on our team right now. Very athletic. Play both ends of the floor. I don't think they have major weaknesses at either end of the floor. I think they bring scoring. I think they play great defense. I think they're both really good rebounding guards, in particular Jocelyn. I think they bring us versatility. I think they can play multiple positions. I just think they have a mentality and have played at a high level through the high school ranks, and obviously have earned their accolades, but I think they'll come in and really help us and contribute right away.
And Breyana Mason is the lone returning senior for the team this year. She's sort of been asked to take some different roles over her career. How important will her leadership be on the team this year?
Very important. Obviously, she's really, I think over the years has really grown and come into her comfort level of what that looks to be a leader. She's really, I think, gotten outside of her box in the last 2 years. Bree's a quiet person, but she leads by example. She's backed up everything she's ever said. She will primarily be the point guard for us this year. I expect her to play major minutes at the point. That's her comfort zone, and we'll have Jakira and maybe Dominique back her up some at those minutes. But she will be the primary floor general out there for us. So Bree's ready to take it on. I think she's coming in with an attitude that she wants to leave Virginia with no regrets. I think she will be a great floor leader. I think I will ask her to be as consistent as possible. She knows that. to put this team on her shoulders when she needs to, and to be able to do the things that we're asking with the new personnel that we have coming in.
And you have 2 new assistants as well, Catherine
Yep.
Graham and Tim Taylor. Tim is back for his 3rd stint at the university. How have those changes been so far on the staff?
They've been really good, you know. You can look at change a couple different ways, but to me, changes, there can always be great things in change. And I think Catherine brings a youthful experience. She's an old soul, but I think when I was calling around, I was getting a lot of really good feedback about her. And when I called her coach down at Western, Michelle said, I knew this call was coming, I just wish it wasn't coming so soon. And she's proven to just be a very young but very mindful, she's very experienced. She really puts in a lot of effort. I've given her a lot of responsibility and she's just run with it. And Tim could be in the Guinness Book of World Records for returning to a school, but again, very seasoned. I mean, he's been in the game his whole life. He obviously did great things when he was at Virginia prior to. He's got a great knowledge of the game. He just brings just a lot of experience. He got out of the game, but was still coaching AAU. He was on the boys' side. He's a junkie. I think he's got, he carries the same core values as all my assistants do. I think we've been able to emulate that and really share that with the girls. So I feel like it's just a really bonded staff that's it just feels like everybody's got 2 feet in. So it just feels really good.
And last thing I wanted to ask you, Coach, ACC tournament celebrating its 40th year anniversary this year. The first tournament was played at Virginia in U-Hall in 1978. You played at Duke and now coaching in the ACC. Do you remember what the tournament was like when you played? I think you went through a site change as well during the tournament.
Yeah, we were at Rock Hill. We started at Rock Hill, South Carolina. But it was so different back then. People have been asking me all day about the change, and to me, the biggest change has been the conference. You know, it was an intimate conference of 8 teams. You played everybody twice. You knew the teams really, really, really well. And now it's become this, as college sports has, we have gone, women's basketball has gone as college sports has, and it's just it's this huge entity. It's not as intimate. You only play, you play most teams one time in your conference, and then you don't see them until the conference tournament. So it's a very different look to the conference. But it's very media driven, and obviously that has caused a lot of the changes. But I'd say the biggest difference for me has just been the intimacy of the conference.
And Bree, for you, lone senior on this year's squad, what are you most looking forward to coming back for your senior year?
I'm just excited to get out there and play with my team. Hopefully we can build on the progress that we made last season and take this team to new heights that we haven't experienced in a while.
And what will the mentality have to be for the team? Again, experience a little taste of that in the success you guys had, a little run you had in the WNIT tournament last year. What's the mentality you have carrying over into this year?
Just working hard, practicing hard every day in practice, giving maximum effort. We know that, we're going to have to bring it every day. We may not be as talented as other teams, but we can definitely outwork other teams. So that's really kind of our main focus going into this season.
And Lauren, for you, team's leading rebounder, and you're certainly going to have some help this year, it looks like, with the amount of size that you guys are going to have down low. What's that been like for you, getting to work alongside not only the freshmen, but the post group that you guys have?
It's been really good, just me being the person that they, look up to or talk to when they have questions or just anything has been really good. But also having help has been great, just having more people who are willing to actually rebound, which Coach talked about, is one of the things that we really focus on or are focusing on this season. So it's just been a great feeling, and just to know that people are willing to actually help you out is good.
And what, from your perspective, have you seen from the entire freshman group so far? Summer workouts, fall, preseason workouts.
Just their willingness to work hard. They don't take any breaks. They weren't too sure what to expect when they first got here, but just, we kind of set a platform, and that's what our goal was coming into this summer, was setting the platform for our first years, to know that we're not taking any breaks and we're not going to give up, so, you shouldn't feel like you need to give up. And just having each other's back and trusting each other has just been huge for us as well.
Awesome. Are there any questions in here? One up front. Go.
Hey, Coach, Doug Feinberg, the AP. Seeing the run that Syracuse made last year to the finals of the NCAA tournament, and then Washington also making it to the Final Four, you've been in the game for a while. Is it a good sign for the sport that there's now a sense of parity, that it isn't just the same teams being in the championship games and the Final Four every year?
Yeah, it's been awesome to kind of watch teams over the course of the year. And I always, we talk about that with our team. On any given night, any given season, it can change. And I feel like this is the year that we're walking into. And we've been through enough of those hard experiences to understand what it really takes. And so I feel this is a committed group. One of my assistants, Keisha Frett, she was the #1 recruiting class when she went to Georgia years ago, and they were expected to do all these great things. They didn't even make the tournament their first year. Second year, they're in a Final Four. So anything is possible, and you just have to keep the goals in mind. You have to keep your vision. You got to work hard every day. And we talk about our goals. We talk about non-negotiables. We talk about what our team identity is going to be. And as long as we keep them in the forefront, everybody's working towards the same thing, we have a chance just like anybody else.